You've noticed it, haven't you? That subtle shift in her energy, the way her laughter doesn't reach her eyes, the way she pulls back ever so slightly when you lean in. You might tell yourself she's losing interest, that she's fading away from your world. But let me tell you something that most men never see. She's not losing interest. She's fighting a war inside herself, a battle between desire and fear, between heart and mind. And you, unknowingly, are standing at the edge of that battlefield. Imagine her mind as a stormy ocean. Waves of longing crash against cliffs of self-control. Every glance she gives you is a spark, a flash of lightning across her carefully guarded sky. And every word she withholds, every delayed reply, every cold shoulder is a tidal force pulling her back, holding her from surrendering to what she secretly craves. You see, when a woman distances herself, it's rarely because she's indifferent. It's because she's afraid. Afraid of losing herself, afraid of showing vulnerability, afraid of the intensity of what she feels for you. You might feel confused when she acts distant one moment and warm the next. That's the paradox of her inner struggle. She wants to chase, to fall, to give herself fully, but there's a shadow inside her that screams caution. And that shadow, it thrives on control. It whispers doubts, paints imaginary futures where getting close means getting hurt. And yet, despite it all, you see glimpses of the real her, those stolen moments where her gaze lingers too long, where her touch hesitates only to linger longer than it should. That's the battlefield speaking. That's the silent confession of a heart that refuses to surrender completely. You might be tempted to interpret her push and pull as a game, but here's the truth. It's not a game. It's emotional self-preservation. And the way she's fighting it, quietly, subtly, sometimes even against herself, is a testament to how deeply she feels. The more intense her resistance, the more profound her attraction. Every time she pulls away, it's a reflection of her own fear, not her feelings for you. And every time she returns, even hesitantly, it's her heart screaming to break free from the chains she's wrapped around it. Think about the last time she lingered after a conversation, pretending to be casual while her eyes betrayed everything she felt. Think about the moments she hesitated to meet you, yet somehow ended up in your presence anyway. Those moments are her surrendering, piece by piece, to emotions she doesn't yet have the courage to fully embrace. And if you pay attention, if you truly see beneath the surface, you realize that what feels like uncertainty is actually a powerful declaration of hidden desire. She's caught in the friction between the thrill of being with you and the terror of letting herself fall completely. And here's the paradox that men rarely understand. The harder she fights, the stronger the pull she feels. The emotional tension isn't a sign that she's losing interest. It's proof that her feelings are real, raw, and potent. She's wrestling with herself because her attraction is more dangerous than she expected. It threatens to dismantle the carefully constructed walls she's built around her heart. Every glance, every subtle touch, every almost confession is a crack in that armor. And if you recognize these signs, if you read between the lines, you'll see what others miss. She's not gone. She's not distant. She's waging an invisible war, and the battlefield is her heart. The key is not to chase her, not to beg for her attention, but to understand the gravity of her struggle, to witness her fight without judgment, to recognize the sacred vulnerability hidden beneath her resistance. Because when a woman is fighting her feelings, she's not pushing you away. She's trying to make sense of a desire too powerful to tame. And when you see this clearly, when you comprehend the emotional depths she's navigating, you step into a space that very few men ever reach, a place of intimacy that's unspoken, raw, and transformative. You might notice her testing you in subtle ways, small provocations, fleeting sarcasms, or moments of feigned disinterest. It's not cruelty. It's her way of measuring your stability, your emotional intelligence, your ability to hold space for her storm without being consumed by it. She's gauging whether you can handle the intensity of her hidden desires, whether you can stand firm while her heart dances between restraint and surrender. Most men misread this as rejection, but in reality, it's the loudest sign of her internal conflict and her attraction. Think of her heart like a rare, fragile glass. Every laugh she shares, every touch she hesitates to give, is a careful balancing act. She fears breaking, shattering under the weight of what she feels for you. And yet, the very fragility of her restraint makes every moment she allows herself to draw near feel electric, almost unbearable in its intensity. You feel it too, the invisible thread pulling you closer, the unspoken tension that hangs between every glance and every word. That tension? That's desire wrestling with self-preservation. You've probably caught yourself wondering why she seems distant one day, yet magnetic the next. Why she's warm and playful in one conversation and aloof in the next. That inconsistency isn't a reflection of her feelings for you. It's a reflection of her mind trying to make sense of emotions that are bigger than logic, wilder than fear, and more compelling than she ever expected. She's not toying with you. She's trying to navigate a storm that rages within her, all while maintaining a semblance of control over her world. Notice the tiny signs, the brush of her hand, the way she lingers just a second longer in your presence, the intensity of her eye contact when she thinks you're not looking. These are the unguarded moments, the slips that reveal the truth she's trying so hard to hide. She's drawn to you in ways that terrify her, and this fear is not about you. It's about losing herself in the power of her own emotions, about surrendering to something she cannot tame. Her heart is screaming while her mind is pleading for caution, and you, if you pay attention, are witnessing a battle few people ever see. Here's the critical truth. When a woman fights her feelings, she's not rejecting you. She's validating her own emotions, trying to prove to herself that she can control what is uncontrollable. Every hesitation, every retreat, every moment of self-restraint is a testament to the gravity of what she feels. And when she finally allows herself to lean in, even slightly, it's a seismic shift. She's breaking the rules she set for herself. She's crossing boundaries that her fear erected. And that is a moment of profound connection, raw, unfiltered, and intensely real. So, if you want to understand her, you need to look past the surface. Pay attention to the pauses, the glances, the almost confessions that slip through her defenses. Respect the war she's waging inside her heart. Your role isn't to fix her or push her. Your role is to be the steady force she can't ignore, the presence that reassures her it's safe to feel, to want, to surrender without losing herself completely. And if you can do that, if you can hold space for her complexity, you'll see a transformation that few men ever witness. The moment a woman stops fighting and starts embracing what she truly feels for you. You might be tempted to interpret her resistance as a sign to walk away, to give up and preserve your pride. But that's the exact trap most men fall into. The reality is, the stronger the internal fight, the deeper her desire runs. Every time she hesitates, every time she questions herself, she is unwittingly proving just how much she craves the very thing she's resisting: you. The intensity of her struggle is the mirror of her attraction, reflecting back the truth that her feelings are real, undeniable, and impossible to ignore. Consider the moments when she acts distant but later reaches out, almost as if she couldn't help herself. That contradiction is her heart breaking free from the chains of doubt. She's testing herself as much as she's testing you, measuring whether she can maintain her composure while her soul quietly leans toward surrender. And if you watch closely, you'll notice patterns, tiny signals, fleeting touches, subtle laughs at your jokes that go beyond politeness. These are the footprints of a heart moving cautiously toward yours, unsure, yet irresistibly drawn. What makes this dance so compelling is the emotional push and pull. It's a psychological magnetism that most men completely misread. She's not playing games. She's protecting herself from being overwhelmed by what she feels. Her fear is not a lack of love or attraction. It's an awareness of the emotional intensity that loving you could awaken, and that awareness makes every encounter feel like a high-stakes negotiation between desire and self-preservation. You feel the tension too, don't you? That electric charge in the air when she's near, the unspoken dialogue between what she wants and what she allows herself to feel. That tension is the language of her hidden desire. You may have noticed how she sometimes acts indifferent in public but lets her guard down when you're alone. That's not inconsistency, it's emotional strategy. She's controlling the environment where she permits herself to feel, protecting her vulnerability from the eyes of the world. And those private moments, those unguarded gestures, are pure truth. They're windows into the fierce, chaotic, and beautiful landscape of her emotions. The landscape that exists only for you if you're perceptive enough to recognize it. The danger most men face is impatience. They interpret her caution as disinterest and step away, missing the rare opportunity to witness something extraordinary. A woman in the midst of a personal struggle with the depth of her own feelings, revealing vulnerability only to the one who can truly understand it. And make no mistake, when a woman is fighting her feelings, she's not weak, she's powerful. Her resistance is not a rejection of you, it's a battle within herself against the force of desire she can neither fully deny nor fully control. Understanding this transforms your perspective. You stop chasing, stop pleading, stop trying to solve what isn't broken. Instead, you become an observer, a presence that grounds her, a man who doesn't force her to surrender, but creates the safety for her to do so willingly. And in that space, where fear meets desire, where hesitation meets longing, magic happens. The woman who fought so fiercely against her feelings doesn't just fall. She plunges, headfirst and unstoppable, into the gravity of what she truly feels for you. By now, you should understand that what feels like uncertainty, inconsistency, or coldness isn't rejection. It's the raw echo of her internal battle. She's caught in the tension between surrendering to desire and holding on to control, and every action she takes is a ripple of that struggle. When she steps back, it's not to push you away, it's to navigate the storm raging within her, to make sense of emotions that are bigger, wilder, and more consuming than she anticipated. And here's the truth most men never see. The intensity of her resistance is directly proportional to the depth of her feelings. The more she fights, the more she's aware that what she feels for you is dangerous, transformative, and utterly consuming. She doesn't fight because she wants to lose you. She fights because she fears losing herself in the gravity of her emotions. Every hesitation, every pause, every moment she questions herself is a silent declaration she wants you more than she's willing to admit. Your role is not to break through her defenses or to demand answers. Your role is to be the steady presence she can't ignore, the calm in her storm, the quiet certainty that allows her to explore her feelings without fear. Be patient. Observe the subtle signs, the lingering glances, the gentle touches, the moments when her walls crack just enough to let you glimpse the truth. These are the treasures hidden beneath her resistance, the windows into the intensity of her attraction. And when she finally allows herself to feel freely, when the battle within her ceases and desire takes the lead, you'll witness a woman unlike any you've known before. Passionate, devoted, and profoundly present. She won't just be drawn to you, she'll be irrevocably captivated because what she once fought so fiercely against is now the very thing she cannot live without. That's the power of a woman who has battled her feelings. She loves with a depth, intensity, and clarity that only emerges when the war inside her finally finds peace. So remember this. She's not losing interest. She's fighting feelings. And if you understand this, if you recognize the beauty of her struggle and the power of her hidden desire, you'll see the truth that very few men ever do. That a woman who battles her heart is a woman who, when she finally gives in, gives everything. Because when she surrenders, it's not halfway. It's all in. Every ounce of her passion, every fragment of her longing, every piece of the heart she protected so fiercely, it all becomes yours. And that, my friend, is a connection that can't be replicated, manipulated, or replaced. It's rare, it's intense, and it's profoundly, irreversibly real.